Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. If you've been watching the news lately, the clerk in Kentucky, Kim Davis, is now incarcerated. She's spending time in a jail. And the reason she was jailed is she disobeyed a law that was put in place by the Supreme Court, when the Supreme Court was never authorized to create laws. But that's exactly what they've done numerous times. Kim Davis said her religious beliefs prevented her from issuing licenses to homosexuals and I guess to lesbians. And some people may or may not know that what she was against, America used to be against. And you know who changed it? The Supreme Court. No different than John Roberts put billions of dollars of burden onto the American people when he said that Obamacare was in fact legal as a tax. You may or may not know this, and I'm going to attach a Wikipedia link that you might find to be of some interest. But sodomy. In 1779, Thomas Jefferson wrote a law in Virginia which contained a punishment of castration for men who engaged in sodomy. Jefferson intended this to be a liberalization of the sodomy laws in Virginia at the time. It was rejected by the Virginia legislature, however, which continued to prescribe death as the maximum penalty for a crime of sodomy in that state. Prior to 1962, sodomy was a felony in every state, punished by a lengthy term of imprisonment and or hard labor. In that year, the Model Penal Code, PMC, developed by the American Law Institute to promote uniformity among the states as they modernized their statutes, struck a compromise that removed consensual sodomy from its criminal code while making it a crime to solicit for sodomy. What this really indicates, and what it clearly shows, is that our Supreme Court is directly responsible for creating laws by changing laws. Yeah. It was illegal for a man and a woman to perform certain sexual acts like oral copulation. It was punishable by imprisonment with your own wife or your own husband. Throughout the 20th century, the gradual liberalization of American sexual morals led to the elimination of sodomy laws in most states. During this time, again, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of sodomy laws in Bowers versus Hardwick in 1986. However, in 2003, the Supreme Court reversed the decision with Lawrence versus Texas, invalidating sodomy laws in the remaining 14 states. So it depends on which group of Supreme Court justices you have. And again, they're creating laws by changing laws. That's not their function. It never was their function. That responsibility was and should be with Congress, but it's not. When you've got a lesbian like Elena Kagan, and you've got a whacked out dingbat like Ruth Ginsburg, who both officiated in gay marriages, yet they're allowed to cast their vote on forcing gay marriage on men and women throughout America. It's totally absurd. It's not Congress's role to allow them to make the laws. Congress makes the laws, not the Supreme Court. Justice Roberts has no business sticking his nose and his opinion into Obamacare. Obamacare was created when Harry Reid took a bill that the House of Representatives passed that was a tax credit for military housing. And he substituted the information contained within that bill. That was the birth of Obamacare. Did Speaker John Boehner protest? Did he say that's not what we submitted? No, he never did. You know why? Because he's complicit, as they all are. But this isn't about John Roberts, and this really isn't about Obamacare. What this is about is our criminal, dysfunctional Supreme Court. It doesn't work. Our Congress doesn't work. And anyone thinks that it does work is delusional. The reason Congress doesn't work is because in most cases they vote on party line. They don't vote based on what's good or what's bad for their constituents. Yet their elected officials put in power to represent their constituents that they don't give a damn about. If they did, we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in. I don't know, folks. I'm going to attach the Wikipedia link. I don't condone lesbians or homos. I could care less. But it's wrong that the Supreme Court rams it down the throats of the American people. And now the push that they've got homosexuals throughout the United States being approved, transgenders, that's the push. Obama wants Michael to feel good about himself. But that's a different story. When you read the Wikipedia link, you'll see it used to be a felony. And now Kim Davis is being punished for not licensing homosexuals. Which, this is in 2003, it was illegal. That isn't that long ago, folks. And who made the decision to legalize it? The Supreme Court. They're not the lawmakers. That's sort of what I think. Read the article and ask yourself, why do we allow this to continue to happen? Why do we allow the Supreme Court to dictate, to create laws? The problem is, who are you going to go to? You're going to go to the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch? She was a sorority sister of the less than honorable Attorney General Eric H. Holder Jr.'s wife. What more do you need to know? We're all screwed. It's just a matter of time. Tell me where I'm wrong. You can't, can you?